Hey, it's Matt Webley here. Hope you're doing all right. It's another sunny day here in Dubai. Winter is coming. Summer is almost over, which is a good thing here in Dubai. It's not the opposite. It's starting to get actually quite nice, but it's still red hot. Anyway, in this video, I want to talk to you about how AI is going to ruin your life, crush your dreams, crush your goals, crush everything about your life the way you know it is right now. Maybe. Right, so there's no doubt about it. AI is going to replace your job. It's going to replace your business. It's going to replace everything. It's not an if, it's a when. You could argue time frame. You could argue, if you don't know what you're talking about, you could argue the other stuff, but it's only going to be society pushing back that slows that down or stops it. Essentially politicians, leaders, society deciding we don't want that. And to be honest, I don't want that. But you know what? It is what it is. We must be stoic, be the rock that the waves splash against, because they're going to splash anyway. So anyway, what can you do in the meantime to prepare yourself for this dystopian AI world whereby everything you know, love, and the skill set you've built, the experience you've built, everything that you've built in life is no longer at least of the value that it is right now. So I've spent 23 plus years mastering the art of copywriting. It's already being commoditized by LLMs that can now copyright almost, not quite as good as me in my opinion, but almost as good as me. I'm even asking it now. So one of my skill sets, one of my superpowers, if you like, is being able to put myself in the mind of a prospect or a client as though I'm seeing that sales message for the first time. And I could do this with software, I could do it with whatever. So I could look at your software and I could tell you what somebody would think about it, even if I've looked at it 100 times, even if I've developed it myself, I can still look at it and go, now this is what they'll feel about it. Usually, 99% of the time, it's a superpower. Whether I've communicated that to you as to why that's valuable or not, I don't know. But essentially, if I'm writing a sales message, I can put myself in that prospect or lead's mind and know what they're thinking as I'm reading it. So I'll know what they're gonna think as they're going through your sales presentation, your sales letter, your webinar, whatever. I know what they're gonna think there and then. And this is a skill, talent, thing that is needed to be a good copywriter, because you have to enter the conversation that the prospect's having in their own mind. So I'm able to do that. And like, even what I'm doing, I'm even going to the LLMs now and saying, look at this webinar. Tell me how to tighten it up. And I'm agreeing with it. I'm agreeing with what it thinks. So it's like anybody that thinks that LLMs are just predicting the next word. I used to laugh at people that used to say that LLMs won't take my job. They're just predicting the next word that's most likely. Think about that. Actually engage your critical thinking mind and think about it. Having used ChatGPT, presumably for a year or two now, watching this, think about it. Do you think that the way that LLMs work is by going, well, I've put and, so the next word is most likely to be then, and they're just predicting the most likely next word? Think about that for a minute. Actually just pause and think about it. Does that make any sense? I've seen people like banding that about, like that's how LLM won't take my job. It's just predicting the next word. Don't get me bloody started. It's the same people that willingly queued up for this, even though they'd had 5 of them, and they'd still caught the thing that it was meant to prevent. And yeah, I won't go down that route. I won't go down that route. Anyway, I've gone off on a tangent. Look, AI is coming for you. So what can you do in the interim, to make sure that you've got the best chance of being one of the last people it come for? I mean, people say, oh, be a plumber, be a carpenter, it won't take my job. It's taking everyone's jobs. Do you know Elon Musk believes his Tesla Optimus is going to be the biggest product of all time? And I tend to agree, which is why I'm quietly stacking Tesla shares. I think robotics is going to be huge, and it's going to be the physical world vehicle for AI. So it's like, I'm sorry, but when you've got Elon Musk that is optimizing for electromechanical hands, so hands that are as dexterous and flexible and precise as our hands, and he's got all the other stuff locked down anyway, or he will have. Well, you think he can't change a bloody tap? You think an Optimus isn't going to be able to change your tap? Yeah, not now. Well, you think it's going to take much more than 5 years to get there? Let's say it takes 10. All right, plumber boy. Now what? Look, we're all in the same position. I'm not trying to put anyone down. I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm all right, or you're not all right. I'm not trying to say that. I'm trying to say, look, it's coming for everyone. So what can you do? Here's my thoughts on it, right? Obviously, you could hide behind society pushback. My doctor's using AI. I said to him, how long do you think until it'll take your job then, AI? And I actually was quite clued up on it all, and he's like, 6 months. I'm like, no, not like, and he said it can now, really. I said, not whether it could do it or not, like, when do you think it will take his job? And I didn't get him nailed down on that. We just discussed a little bit back and forth, but he understood it, and he's not burying his head in the sand. He's just kind of like taking the approach of, look, enjoy your life, like, enjoy life now. You could worry about this thing that's going to happen anyway, or you could just like live in the moment and enjoy life. And I think that's probably good advice on the whole. Oh, sorry, I keep going off on weird little tangents. So what can you do? What can you do when it's coming for every job? Whether you fly planes, you drive cars, you change shit pipes in toilets, or whatever you do, AI and robotics are coming for your job, they're coming for your business. It can now do stuff better than most people at most things. And we're not even getting started yet. We're here on the S-curve of AI. It's gonna do this. So what can you do? I think the key, and it won't work forever, but I think the key is to lean into those human traits. Lean into those human traits. I think you need to bolster your skill set in everything that makes you human, actual human. Because I think that is the one thing it can't clone. It can act human, it can't be human. Now there might be some fiery lady watching this going, all right, I'm gonna lean into my luteal phase and go wild, like a hormonal, like absolutely, that makes you human. You wouldn't want AI, emulating that. That's for sure. No, what you need to do is work on things that are human and that will have value in a post-human AI and robotics world, right? So I've been thinking on this quite a lot. I don't think about much else, to be honest. And communication. Human to human communication. Yeah, you can get to, arguably, the AIs can already communicate better than humans. They're more empathetic. They're more able to see eye to eye. They're more able to negotiate. They're probably better than most humans anyway. But communication is one of those things. Internal game, internal frame control, increasing of confidence, negotiation skills, salesmanship. Just honestly, I think a big lean into communication is going to be where it's at. A big lean into communication. Everything human, interpersonal skills, interpersonal skill set, leadership, to a certain extent psychology, but you mean like psychology not for the sake of like quoting what some psychologist in a book said 100 years ago, like more practical applications of it. I think being a good friend, being a good leader, having empathy, having a strong frame, interpersonal stuff, communication, persuasion, human stuff though, leaning into the human side of it. Because like I say, I can write good copy, having written sales letters and stuff for over 20 years, but AI can probably do as good a job, or not far off. It can't, not yet, but it will. But it can't be a human, can it? It can't be a human. It can only pretend to be a human. So assuming that there is going to be some kind of like side industry of people that are like pushing back against the machine. So for example, a lot of ladies might go to the hair salon to get their hair did because they like to natter for an hour or two. Like they want to chat. Like, all right, let's say you can get your Optimus to cut your hair for you and it essentially costs you nothing. Or you can go to a barber shop or a hairdresser's and they've got AI empowered robots and they cut perfect hair, do it really fast. And you can have a conversation with them, but you know it's not a human conversation. There's gonna be value in the future in the human side of what we do. And there's gonna be a side selection of people. It might be a minority, but it'll be a large minority, I'm sure, that go, no, I choose not to. I choose not to go to spend my money with this person because they employ robots. I know I can get it cheaper, faster, blah, 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 but I want a human to do it. And I think there's gonna be, you know, like the Amish choose to live outside of kind of societal norms and they choose their way. I think it might be a little bit like that in the future. I think there's going to be certain people that decide to just live the way they want to live, and part of that is just like perfect example, we choose organic food a lot of the time. We'll pay more for it, but our belief is it's healthier for us, right? So not everything we buy is organic, but a lot of what we buy is organic. We pay extra for it to be organic. And I think there's going to be side industries in the future whereby I could purchase this real estate through this AI-powered, blockchain-enabled robot, and it'll be the cheapest and fastest, but I choose to go with the human that I know and trust and like, and has got a good smile, and they make a good, compelling point for why to buy that property. You know, I think there's going to be a bit of that going on. So I think that certain industries are going to have longer in them just because society chooses that. Society chooses human. So let's say, right, I could have a better, more friendly conversation with my AI. It's going to understand me more. It's going to be more empathetic. It's going to just going to really get me and understand me. Like, I can chat to my AI about deep inner issues that are really strong, like bothering me as a human, right? And maybe I will every now and again, but what value do I put on it? What value as a human do I get from actually having that conversation with another human that maybe doesn't have the answers, and maybe they don't really understand, they don't really get it, maybe they fumble through it. So I could get that clean, clinical, perfect AI response. But if I'm feeling down, I'm feeling beat up, do I want to tell my AI? I mean, you're going to do that anyway, but it's essentially free. But it's like, is there some value in telling a human, you know, that understands the human experience, that maybe doesn't give me as clean, clinical an answer and as perfect an answer as the AI, but maybe I still see the value in telling a human. So this is, hopefully that's an example that makes sense. But what I'm saying is, look, some stuff, AI is just going to swallow it because why not? It just will. Like airplane. airplane journeys. I'm sorry, but I guess it'll take a little bit longer than some things, but at some point it's going to be safer to get on a plane flown by AI than it is to get on a plane flown by a human. And you're going to pay more for the human. You're going to pay less for the AI. So you're going to get on the AI powered plane. But some stuff, and this is the stuff you should lean into, is going to stay human, right? Just because TVs came out, it didn't kill radio. People still listen to radio in their car, you know? Even though TV, you could argue, is a better medium, it's visual. You know, you can capture more information, you can put a more compelling show together, whatever, but people still do listen to radio. I think there is going to be a human side section of society that if you're skilled up enough socially, on an interpersonal communicative level, then I think that you will have an advantage in a post-human world. It won't last forever, but I think it'll last for a longer time than not. So there's my thoughts. So focus on communication. If you're looking to build businesses, I like experience-based businesses just because, again, human. If I'm a human wanting to experience an experience with other humans, well, that's you can't clone a human. You could clone something that you probably prefer to spend time with than a human, but you can't clone a human. It's not human. There's something wildly magnetic about the character traits of us and how flawed we are that you could emulate with an AI, but it'll never quite be the same. So yeah, anyway, the truth is, I think you should just build a business with AI and ride the wave. You can either wait to get replaced by AI, or you can build a business with AI, and that's what I am doing, and that's what I'm helping other people do. Software as a service is my vehicle of choice, and I think it's the best vehicle for reasons I talk about on this channel. But you can build a software as a service business now with AI, and it's passive, faceless, single person. It can grow organically or paid over time. It compounds because of the recurring revenue, blah, blah, blah. It's just really nice to wake up to 10 new sales whilst you were sleeping and know that those 10 new sales, some of them are going to renew next month as well, and the month after, and the month after. It's just a nice business. But yeah, I am in the process of building and helping other people build AI-based SaaS businesses using AI. And I think that's what you should do. You shouldn't hide from it. You shouldn't bury your head in the sand. You should build a business using AI. And I think the SaaS vehicle is the right vehicle right now. Over the next 3, 4, 5 years, there's going to be a lot of millionaires and billionaires made in the SaaS game by disrupting the SaaS game using AI. And that's what we're looking at. That's what we're doing. So if you're interested in that, check the links out down below. But other than that, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.